I'm here to talk about brands, and we are all brand experts, I think, in this room. I'm not going to talk about branding, but I am going to talk about changing and how brands can and must change as all of these dramatic forces and factors are going on as external forces all around brands. So we never had control. I think we know this. I've been in PR for 20 years, and I used to tell clients, okay, here's your brand positioning, here are your key messages, here's how it's going to land, and then here's what people are going to think about you. And that's no longer the model, because it's void of context. And what's going on now is brand positioning is basically dead, because it assumes a fixed position. And we like to think of brand positioning as being much more circular and a little bit more wavy. And I think the challenge then is helping brands and clients get a little bit more comfortable with that. So technology is the other thing that's going on right now and creating a lot of change. Technology is the great equalizer. Technology is what's driving consumer expectations of consumers of all ages right now across all categories. So it doesn't matter if you're a retail brand, a supermarket, a CPG, a high fashion brand. Technology is sometimes the product. Technology is sometimes a stunt that brands use. And technology is always the story. And I think about Rebecca Minkoff and that brand and what she's doing. She's got smart dressing rooms, so you can literally click on the mirror and you can order your shirt to be delivered in your size, either to the dressing room or to your home. And Rebecca Minkoff now is not just selling handbags. Rebecca Minkoff is selling convenience, cool factor, and she's staying highly relevant. So I think technology is something that all brands need to pay attention to and leverage to create access to your products. So our premise was pretty simple, and that is that brands need to be both anchored and agile. So we all know anchored in your brand promise, in what's authentic to your brand, but then highly, highly agile. Because all of these things are going on around us. The media landscape is changing, trends, consumer taste, economic factors, we know this. And what we wanted to do is put it together in a POV. So the other thing is this idea of motion. It's basically the tension that is created by the external factors. So to figure it out a little bit further, we fielded a study. It was quite large. It was global. It's called Brands in Motion. And this study looked at both rational and emotional drivers for not only brands, we did survey a lot of brands, but we also looked at categories. And we thought it would be interesting to juxtapose how consumers view different categories at the same time. And 4 big truths kind of rose to the top. And I'm going to share those 4 truths with you right now. The first one is that consumers told us they think brands have the capability and the responsibility to take a stand and to provide stability. So what this means is it's like a big permission slip. I mean, this is great. They're basically telling us we can do more opportunistic things. I used to tell clients, oh, that's political, that's a hot topic, don't go there. And I think it's a little bit different now, and consumers are giving us a permission slip to do it. And the brand that I like that did a great job with this year is Reebok, and their Twitter graphic response to Trump's comments about the French First Lady and her great shape. So Reebok can definitely talk authentically about a woman's great shape, and they did a wonderful response. And it was a good example of them being completely anchored in who they are and also highly, highly agile. And consumers are saying, have at it. Okay, this one is my absolute favorite. This was the most stunning and strongest data that came out across the whole study. And it's this idea that cutting edge is transcendent. What that means is that we surveyed consumers and we asked them, is this brand high tech? And if they said yes, that's a rational driver. And then the emotional drivers that corresponded with, when people thought that a brand was cutting edge or high tech, they also thought they had a positive experience with that brand. They also thought that that brand was better and doing more social good. They also thought that they loved this brand even more. This completely proves out the idea of why tech brands are doing so well in the news and why tech brands are doing so well in media share and mind share of consumers. And for us, it basically shows the benefits that a tech story can have. It's telling us, even if you're technical, you can drive an emotional connection with consumers. And this was completely stunning and completely justifies having a high-tech story. The next one is this idea that consumers want balance. So we asked them, what is important, purpose or function? So consumers told us they want both. They want a product that functions, and they also want purpose. And they want it both almost equally in the US. It was almost 50-50. So a brand like Tom's is a good example. They've obviously been built on this premise. A brand like Dove has leveraged this premise, I think, beautifully over the years. And a brand like Lululemon, I think, has completely mastered this premise. Because Lululemon, in everything and everywhere that they show up, they provide a product and a higher purpose. And it comes to life on their website, it comes to life in the classes that you can take with them, and it comes to life in their new flagship store. So they have completely mastered this idea of providing both equally for consumers. And then this one is called Love You Today, Shame You Tomorrow. And we asked consumers, do you love this brand or do you love this category? And the answers were, oh, look at that. Yes, 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 yes. Love, 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 love. Hearts, hearts, smiley faces. Okay, we love this brand and we love this category. And then we said, of that brand and that category that you love, if they are attacked online, would you defend them? And the answers were, no, 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 no. So this shows us that love and loyalty completely stop at social media, at a very public setting. And what was interesting for me about this stat is that the one category that we looked at where this was different, where consumers were more likely to defend, was not automotive. I might have thought that because it's the car that you drive and you kind of tend to invest in it and you love it. No, it was B2B tech. So B2B tech is the category where the buyers said they would be more predisposed to defend the brand that they loved online. And I guess I thought about what is the lesson there? And if you think about how B2B tech is purchased, those decision makers, they're really invested. So I thought, okay, so for a brand to more closely connect its business success with the personal and professional success of its buyer, that could help engender a little bit more loyalty over time. So after the 4 principles, we basically help counsel clients and give them ideas of how they can leverage this in their storytelling. So this is what we tell clients that they can do to help adapt and manage this change and stay relevant and be agile. So the first one is find and tell and sell your tech story. When you do it, when you're high-tech, innovative, whatever that message is, find it, because it is going to generate more emotional love from your consumers. That was completely stunning and totally clear. The next one is disrupt yourself before somebody disrupts you. And we all talk about disruption in the marketplace. We all know a lot about that. But this is really for challenger brands. And if you think about what they can do, if they don't have the most disruptive product or business or service, we help them do something dramatically different in their PR, do something really risky in your marketing, do something fresh with a spokesperson, whatever it is, because everybody else is doing something different, so you have to figure out a way to get and be part of the story. The next one is co-create to build social status, and this is going back to the idea that consumers want product and purpose kind of working hand in hand. And so we work with clients and we say, okay, you've got a great product, but you don't necessarily have the purpose as strong. So that's all right. We can borrow that equity. So you can have a charity partner. You can do an event. You can have a cause that somebody else has created. It's not important how you do it. What's important is that you provide both product and purpose. And then the last one is plan the epic versus the episode. So this is taking a short, medium, and long-term view of storytelling. So we're all doing brand narratives now. And I think the goal is not just to create a beautiful brand narrative and we think it's fantastic and then we all congratulate ourselves, this is amazing. But I think the real goal here is to stress test your brand narrative. Do scenario planning for different crises that could come up. Test how it would do. Survey consumers online. It will help you create a stronger brand narrative as you stress test it, and it will also help us help brands at the same time that we need to promote and also protect them. So those are the principles that we share with our clients. Thank you.